Merhaba arkadaşlar, how are you guys? I hope you're great. Welcome to my channel. My name is Resh and I'm running a YouTube channel that is all about languages. And in today's video, we're gonna learn some Turkish. If you're into that kind of stuff, make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay tuned and also follow me on Instagram. In today's video, we're gonna learn how to get to know someone, how to start a basic conversation, tell your name, tell somebody how you are, and ask him or her how he or she is. And also by the end of the video, we're gonna be practicing. I'm gonna give you guys a conversation so that you can actually practice with me. First of all, we're gonna take a look at a formal conversation, okay? So let's say you get to know someone and you wanna be polite and be formal. You would say, Merhaba. Say that with me. Merhaba. And if someone says merhaba to you, you can say merhaba as a reply. So it goes, so let's say we have George and Olga. Merhaba. Merhaba. Then we want to ask for the person's name. We want to be formal, so we say adınız ne? Say that with me. Adınız ne? What's your name? That's basically what's your name in Turkish. Adınız ne? Benim adım Olga. Benim adım Olga. My name is Olga. Sizin adınız ne? Sizin adınız ne? What is your name? Keep in mind that we're being polite here. We wouldn't say that to someone who we feel close to. Now, you're gonna be asking, how can I feel close to someone if I'm getting to know him right now, right? Let's say you're going to college. Usually people are not that formal on a campus, or let's say in school. You would not be that formal. This would be more of a very, very formal conversation in Turkish. So we're gonna be talking about the informal ways later on in this video. So again, benim adım Olga. Sizin adınız ne? My name is Olga. What is your name? Benim adım George. Benim adım George. My name is George. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Sounds a little bit hard. We're gonna take it real slow and real easy. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Glad to meet you. I'm glad to get to know you. That's what it is in Turkish. If you want, you can even omit the first word and just go memnun oldum. That would also work. A lot of people in Turkey would just say memnun oldum. But it might be a little bit better to say tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. So George would go, ben de memnun oldum. Glad to meet you too. Ben de memnun oldum. Ben de memnun oldum. And then George would ask her how she feels, how she is right now, right? So he would go, nasılsınız? Nasılsınız? How are you? Nasılsınız? Again emphasizing that this is the formal version. And then Olga would go, in case she feels fine, İyiyim. İyiyim. Sounds a little bit tricky, I get it. İyiyim. İyiyim. Teşekkür ederim. I'm fine. Thank you. İyiyim. Teşekkür ederim. İyiyim. Teşekkür ederim. Siz nasılsınız? Siz nasılsınız? How are you? So, let's repeat this. İyiyim. Teşekkür ederim. Siz nasılsınız? I'm fine. Thank you. How are you? Ben de iyiyim. I'm fine as well. Ben de İyiyim. Ben de iyiyim. Teşekkür ederim. We would always say thank you. Teşekkür ederim. Thank you. Or you could just say teşekkürler. That's like either saying thank you or thanks. Both would work in English. Same with Turkish. You can either say teşekkür ederim or teşekkürler. Teşekkürler. So Olga wants to ask him where he's from. So she would go, nerelisiniz? Keep in mind that it's really only one word. Nerelisiniz? Here you can see how different Turkish is to other languages. Because as I said in my previous videos, it is an agglutinative language. You can see that with only one word, I can ask someone where he or she is from. So I would go, nerelisiniz? Olga's asking George where he's from. Nerelisiniz? Nerelisiniz? Ben Amerikalıyım. Ben Amerikalıyım. I am from America. Ben Amerikalıyım. Or he could say I'm American. Then that would be ben Amerikanım. Ben Amerikanım. You can either say ben Amerikanım or ben Amerikalıyım. Both would work in this case. Ben Amerikalıyım. The part lıyım at the end of America belongs to that word in that case, and it changes depending on the word, and I will be explaining that in one of my upcoming videos. So now George wants to ask Olga where she is from. He would go, siz nerelisiniz? Siz nerelisiniz? Repeat that with me. Siz nerelisiniz? Where are you from? Ben Rusum. Ben Rusum. I am Russian. Now, Russian in Turkish is Rus. But if you want to say I am Russian, you have to say ben Rusum. So you have that UM at the end of that word. And now, as you just saw, when you said ben Amerikalıyım, you had lıyım, not at the end, right? So it changes depending on the word, and that's one of the most important things to understand when you want to learn Turkish. And as I said, that's going to be one of the grammar topics in one of my upcoming videos. Very important video that will be coming. Now that was enough of a conversation, I guess, and now George wants to say goodbye. He would say hoşça kalın. Hoşça kalın. Say that with me. Hoşça kalın. Now, Olga could also say hoşça kalın, or she could say iyi günler. İyi günler. Now that would be good day. Translated into English, I would rather say have a nice day, but it literally translates into nice days. That's what we say in Turkish. So you can either say hoşça kalın or iyi günler. Hoşça kalın, iyi günler. Now let's say you don't want to be that formal. And by saying that, I'm not trying to say that you try to be rude. It's just a more loose atmosphere, okay? At a university campus or in school or at a party, you would probably not be that formal at a party. You would be a little informal. I really want to emphasize that being informal doesn't mean that you're being rude. As I said, it's just a more loose atmosphere. So let's say if I go to college and I meet someone, I would probably be informal. And I would go, instead of merhaba, to say hello, I would say selam. Selam. Selam is basically an abbreviation of selamun aleyküm. But selamun aleyküm is not really used in the modern parts of Turkey anymore. We just generally say selam to people we already know or to people we want to get to know, but in a cooler atmosphere. So let's say Ekrem is talking to Şeyma and they want to get to know each other. Ekrem would go, selam, ben Ekrem. Hi, I'm Ekrem. Senin adın ne? What's your name? Now be careful, in a formal conversation we would say sizin adınız ne? But now we're saying, because we're being informal, senin adın ne? Senin adın ne? Selam Ekrem. Selam Ekrem. Ben Şeyma. Hi Ekrem. I'm Şeyma. Memnun oldum. Memnun oldum. You remember? We just had that one. Memnun oldum. Glad to meet you. Ben de. Now Ekrem just says me too instead of glad to meet you too. So he could have said ben de memnun oldum, but he just says ben de. That would also work and that's totally fine. Nasılsın? Nasılsın? In the formal version we had nasılsınız, but now we say nasılsın. Nasılsın? Or we could even say naber. Well, naber is actually something you wouldn't say to someone you really don't know. Unless you have a big smile on your face and showing that you're not being rude. Because it's basically saying, how are you doing, right? But if you say that to someone you don't know, it might come off rude if you don't have a smile on your face. So be careful with this one. It's not a rude thing to say generally. It depends on the intonation and the way you pronounce it actually. So yeah, naber is basically a short version of saying ne haber. That's basically translated into what is new, like what's the news, right? But we just say naber. If I see one of my friends, I just go naber. I mean, the literal literal translation, it's what's new or what's the news, but I would just translate it into how are you, basically, because we don't talk about the news or we don't say what's new when we hear that question. We just say, great, I'm fine. That's what we say. So in this case, Şeyma would go, iyiyim, iyiyim. Again, you remember that one? İyiyim, I'm fine. Sen nasılsın? How are you? Sen nasılsın? Remember, the formal version was siz nasılsınız. Now we're saying sen nasılsın. If we want to reply to naber, we can say senden naber. But well, it's basically actually supposed to be pronounced senden ne haber, but nobody would say it that way. We would just say senden naber. We would make it like a little bit shorter in pronunciation. Senden naber? Ekrem would go, I'm super fine. Çok iyiyim. I'm very fine, I'm very good, I feel great, çok iyiyim. Or he could even say, süperim, müthişim. That would be, I'm excellent, I'm super, super duper, something like that. And then one of them says goodbye, he or she could go, görüşürüz, görüşürüz. Say that with me, görüşürüz. Great. So let's go over it real fast, okay? What did we just learn? So if you meet someone new and you want to be informal, you would go, selam, ben, and then your name. Let's say my name is Resh, I would go, selam, ben Resh. Selam, ben Resh. And I want to keep the conversation like that, informal, then I would say, naber, or nasılsın. If I want to be formal, if I want to be super duper polite, I could go, merhaba, ben Resh. Merhaba, ben Resh, or whatever your name is. Or you could say, merhaba, benim adım Resh. Merhaba, benim adım Resh. It's either saying I'm Resh or my name is Resh, okay? And then to ask someone how he is, I can say, nasılsınız? Nasılsınız? If I want to express that I'm fine, I can say, iyiyim, teşekkürler. Always say thank you because you're a polite person. Teşekkürler, thank you. İyiyim, teşekkürler. I'm fine, thank you. If you want to say bye to someone, you say görüşürüz. Görüşürüz. Or you can say in an informal version, hoşça kal. Hoşça kal. Or in an informal version, hoşça kalın. Hoşça kalın. There's also a way of welcoming someone to a place and then the response of that person to that friendly welcome. Let me teach you that too. So it goes, if you come to my place, I would say, if I'm being formal, hoş geldiniz, hoş geldiniz. If I'm being informal, hoş geldin, hoş geldin. So that's basically saying welcome. And there's a kind of reply to that, which I cannot really translate into English, but it exists in Turkish. As a reply, you would say hoş bulduk, hoş bulduk, or hoş buldum, hoş buldum. But it's not that one of them is informal and the other one is formal. It's just you can say both. Hoş bulduk or hoş buldum. If you want to say good morning, good day, good evening, or good night, you can go günaydın, günaydın. That's good morning in Turkish, günaydın. And then you have good day in Turkish, which we use a lot, iyi günler, iyi günler. And then we have good evening, iyi akşamlar, iyi akşamlar. And then we have good night, iyi geceler, iyi geceler. Now that we learned a couple of things, we have to practice a little bit. If you're ready, I am. Let's go. So I'm gonna give you a sentence and then you're gonna reply to me, okay? You'll see a sentence on the screen and you're gonna reply with that sentence to the things that I say. Merhaba, benim adım Resh. Sizin adınız ne? Tanıştığıma memnun oldum. İyiyim, teşekkür ederim. Siz nasılsınız? Ben Amerikalıyım. Siz nerelisiniz? Hoşça kalın. And that was it for today's video. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more awesome videos about languages and fun stuff. See you guys in another video. Till then, take care.